messo gli occhi su di te, tu sei diversa e non lo sai, tu balli e ridi tra di noi, ma sono tristi gli occhi tuoi, è come sei, somigli un po' a me, ho messo gli occhi su di te, per una storia che non so, che vuoi nascondere ma che sta tutta là negli occhi tuoi, è come sei, somigli un po' a me. Balla, non pensiamoci, balla, divertiamoci, balla, sorridiamoci, balla, e diciamoci basta. Ho messo gli occhi su di te, tu sei diversa e non lo sai, qualcosa vuoi dimenticare, tu balli e non ti stanchi mai, è come sei, somigli un po' a me. Ho messo gli occhi su di te, tu sei diversa e non lo sai, tu balli e ridi tra di noi, ma sono tristi gli occhi tuoi, è come sei, somigli un po' a me. Ho messo gli occhi su di te, per una storia che non so, che vuoi nascondere ma che sta tutta là negli occhi tuoi, è come sei, somigli un po' a me, è come sei, somigli un po' a me, è come sei, somigli un po' a me.
Happy Christmas, happy Hanukkah, happy holidays, and welcome to this, the 18th Starfury Facebook Live, in which I'm going to update you on exactly what's going on with Starfury events at the moment. Now, with Christmas just 2 days away and New Year looming, I wanted to just catch up with you all before the end of the year and give you one more final update before 2021 comes to an end. We haven't got a huge amount of news tonight, but we do have a few guest announcements for Enchanted 4 and for VoughtCon. So I just wanted to get those announcements as well as just catch up with all of you guys before the end of the year. And what a year 2021 has been. Yeah, almost as bad as 2020. Yes, thanks to this pandemic, we spent the first half of the year stuck in lockdown, and carrying on from 2020, I had to postpone Starfury events for 18 months. But the year ended on a good note for Starfury, as we were able to come back swinging last September, and we put on 3 fantastic events that all went great. We had our supernatural event, Crossroads 3, which was a huge success. We then followed that up in October with our Once Upon a Time celebration, Enchanted 3. And then we topped that off in November with our party for fans of Buffy and Angel, the Vampire Ball. So the last half of the year, we actually had a great time with Starfury events. All 3 events were a huge success, and we were able to make them work really well by implementing sensible safety precautions. We ran 3 events with no reports of anybody catching COVID at any of those events. And also, we kept up our promise of not allowing plexiglass or masks in the photo ops themselves. So towards the end of 2021, we had a great success. and we're going to build upon that success for 2022. However, looking at how things are at the moment and going forward into 2022, we pretty much thought we had this virus beat. We thought that we were all back to normal, but then suddenly we have this Omicron virus come along, and we're trying to deal with Omicron at the moment. We really don't know how this is going to affect us. The bad news is that this mutation of the virus is more infectious and easier to catch than previous variants of COVID-19. However, the good news is that booster jabs do work on it, so the vaccines do work on it, and this variant of COVID-19 is far less deadly, with initial reports showing that it's up to 70% less deadly than regular COVID-19 or the Delta strain. So I'm definitely keeping an eye on how this is going to affect us. It's too early, I think, at the moment to say how it's going to affect us in 2022. I'll have a better idea the beginning of January, especially when we get more scientific data on how this variant is affecting us and what the government and the safety guidelines are. And then I'll know what are the safest courses of action and what to do with Starfury events and how to put them on. And I plan to have another Facebook Live update either the first or second week of January. So even if there isn't any guest updates or event updates, I can still update you on how I'm looking to hold Starfury events and what the safety protocols will be. But the safest thing to say to all you guys is make sure you get your booster jab, make sure you wear a mask when you go out in public, be sensible in this. I think we're in the last stretch of this COVID situation, fingers crossed. So let's all be sensible about that. Now we have Destiny, our New Year's Eve celebration, and that's taking place next week. And I'm currently waiting on the final government guidelines on that one. So I'm not going to be really giving you much of an update on Destiny. What I plan is to email all ticket holders on either Monday or Tuesday next week to let them know what safety protocols we will be having at the event to make sure it's held in the safest way possible. We don't know what the final government guide. I very much suspect Boris will be making an announcement on Sunday or Monday. So I'm just waiting for that before we make any final decisions on Starfury Destiny. And then moving forward into 2022, as I said, I can't say very much at the moment because I'm waiting for more details and data, which we should have the beginning of January. But I do think it is safe to say that for the first few events that we run in 2022, we will continue to follow forward with the safety protocols that we had at our previous events. So that would include vaccine passports, that would include having to show lateral flow tests and asking attendees to wear masks. So that's pretty much a given. Very much hoping, I'll stick with our promise of no plexiglass or masks in the photo ops. We'll have to see how it goes with the no touch rule on that. We'll just have to see how it goes with the Omicron. It's still over 2 months before Lux 2. So there is some time. We've got to wait and see how the data looks at the beginning of January. Now, moving forward into 2022, now we did have some bad news that we announced at our last update, and that is we sadly had to cancel our Greendale convention, our convention for fans of the TV series The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Sadly, the ticket sales were low and we had a high number of refund requests. So sadly, that event's had to be cancelled. In the process of refunding all the ticket holders at the moment, you'll receive an email through as soon as you've been your refund's been processed. We've nearly got all the tickets refunded at the moment. So that means that our first event for 2022 is going to be our celebration of the television series Lucifer. And here's a trailer for that now. So that's Starfury Lux 2, our second celebration of the television series Lucifer. And the guests who've agreed to join us are headed by Tom Ellis, Lucifer himself. We also have Leslie Ann Brandt. Another guest joining us will be D.B. Woodside, who some of you will remember from Buffy the Vampire Slayer and 24 as well. We're also joined by Rachel Harris. This will be her first time at a Starfury event. We also have along Kevin Alejandro, who, as well as Lucifer, was also in True Blood. We also have joining us Amy Garcia, another first-timer at a Starfury event. A lot of you will remember her from Dexter. We also have science fiction royalty from Battlestar Galactica and many other great shows, Trisha Helfer. We have the newest cast member of Lucifer, Imbar Lavi. And also from behind the scenes, we have the producers, Ildi Madrovich, and also Joe Henderson. And we have the artist from the Lucifer Vertigo comic, Lee Garbutt. So that's Starfury Lux 2. That's taking place from the 18th to the 20th of February at the Hilton Metropole Hotel in Birmingham. The tickets have all sold out. And I'll be doing an update in early January to let you know what our safety protocols will be for that event when we get more data at the beginning of the new year. Now, jumping forward then, our second event in the year is going to be our final celebration of the television series The 100, and we'll also be celebrating Motherland Fort Salem at that convention as well, and that's Starfury Survival 5. And here's a trailer for that event. So that's Starfury Survival 5. That's going to be our final celebration of the TV series The 100. So if you're a fan of The 100, this is your last chance to get to a Starfury event with the cast of the show. We'll also be covering Motherland Fort Salem in this event as well. If you haven't seen Motherland Fort Salem, I can really recommend that show. I love it. It's on BBC iPlayer and also Disney Plus, so definitely worth catching up on that. And the guests we have joining us at that event include Paige Turco from The 100. We also have Luisa de Oliveira. We have Chelsea Rice joining us. Also along will be Sarah Thompson. We have joining us Tassia Telles. We have the star of Motherland Fort Salem, Taylor Hickson. We also have Amalia Holm. And finally, we have Nadia Hilka. So that's how it's looking for Survival 5 at the moment. That event's taking place from the 11th to the 13th of March at the Renaissance Hotel, Heathrow. That's going to be our final celebration of the 100. So if you're a fan of that show, you don't want to miss it. Now, after that, we have another event taking place, and that's VoughtCon. And that's our celebration of the television series The Boys. And that's going to be taking place from 8th to the 10th of April at the Hilton Metropole Hotel, Birmingham. Now, we had to bring forward the dates of the event. So if you'd originally booked when we had our original dates and can't make the new dates, shoot us an email and we'll be able to process you a refund. We had to bring the event forward so it didn't clash with filming, but that's enabled us to start working on some great guests for that event. And we've got some really good guests lining up for it. And the first guest we have is Chantel Van Stanton. And a lot of you will know her, not just from The Boys, but she was also in The Flash and One Tree Hill. And another guest that we have joining us, who plays Huey on the show, we have Jack Quaid joining us for VoughtCon. And also joining us will be Homelander himself, Anthony Starr. So those are the first three guests that we have for VoughtCon. I think that's three really strong guests to kick the event off with. And we're working on further guests. So we should have some new guests to announce the beginning of the year. But The Boys is a brilliant show. I absolutely love it. It's on Amazon Prime. It's one of the best superhero shows that you can see. I think having Jack Quaid and Anthony Starr as two of our first guests is a great way to kick off this event. We've had strong ticket sales already, so you want to get in for that event. It's going to be really good. Now, after that, our next event, we're back at the Hilton Metropole Hotel at the end of April, at the 29th of April to the 1st of May, and that's for Crossroads 4. And we've got a trailer for that now. So there you go. That's Crossroads 4, our celebration of the television series Supernatural. That's taking place from the 29th of April to the 1st of May at the Hilton Metropole Hotel, Birmingham. And joining us at that, already confirmed, we have Jim Beaver. Also joining us, we have Richard Spate Jr. Another guest we have is Tarmo Pennicott, who some of you will remember from Battlestar Galactica. We have the British Men of Letters joining us with David Hayden Jones and also Adam Fergus. Lindsay McKeon will be joining us. Some of you will also remember her not just from Supernatural, but also One Tree Hill. We have another Battlestar Galactica guest who is also on Supernatural. That's Rick Worthy. We also have Alex Panovich, who some of you may have seen in Hawkeye recently, and he's also in Snowpiercer. And finally, we have Leah Cairns joining us. So that's how the lineup is looking so far for Crossroads 4. I'm working on further guests for it. The event is very close to sold out, so if you want to come along to that one, I would suggest you buy your tickets soon if you haven't got your tickets yet. That's Crossroads 4, our Supernatural event. And then a week later, we have Ultimates Crisis, our celebration of the DC TV universe. And we have a quick trailer for that one now. There you go. That's Starfury Ultimates Crisis, our celebration of DC TV shows. We've got an amazing lineup of guests. We've got so many guests coming to that event, and we've got coming along from Legends of Tomorrow, the star of that, Katie Lotz. We're also joined by the star of Stargirl, Brett Bassinger. Also coming along from Arrow is Kat McNamara, who many of you will also know from Shadowhunters as well. From Supergirl, we have Nicole Maines joining us. Also along from Legends of Tomorrow is Jess McCallan. We have John Constantine himself joining us, Matt Ryan. We have Alice from Batwoman, Rachel Scarston, who of course was in another DC show, Birds of Prey, as well as Lost Girl. We have Jesse Rath joining us from Supergirl. From Legends of Tomorrow, we have Nick Zano. From Stargirl, we have the main villain, Shiv, Meg DeLacy. From Batwoman, we have Megan Tandy. We have the latest star of Arrow, Joseph David Jones. From Batwoman, we have Christina Wolf. From Gotham and Swamp Thing, we have Crystal Reed. From Legends of Tomorrow, we have Olivia Swan. And one of the most popular guests we've ever had at a Starfury event, from Supergirl, we have Kyla Lee. So there you go. That's 16 heroes and villains we have lined up for you for Starfury Ultimates Crisis. It's going to be an absolutely incredible and unforgettable event, so don't miss out on that. And although we're celebrating DC, we haven't forgotten Marvel either, because a month later we have another Ultimates event, and that one's going to be Agents Assemble. We have a trailer for that one now. There you go. That's how it's looking at the moment on our Marvel event, Ultimates Agents Assemble. Now, I know it's looking small at the moment compared to the huge lineups we've got for our other events, but we are working on this event, and as it's 7 months away, we're still waiting for guests to confirm on it, but we're working on some big names. We always get big names at Starfury events, and we're not looking at some of the shows we've covered in the past, such as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter, but we're looking at the new Disney Plus shows and the Marvel movies, so we should have some decent, really good guests to announce in January and February. Still working on that, so keep an eye on Agents Assemble. That's going to be taking place from 10th to 12th of June at the Hilton Metropole Hotel in Birmingham. And the current confirmed guests we have at the moment from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., we have Henry Simmons. Also from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter and The Walking Dead and Dollhouse, we have Enver Jokai. And we've got two of the stars of the X-Men spin-off, The Gifted, with Emma Dumont, who portrayed Polaris. And we also have Skylar Samuels. So that's how that one's shaping up at the moment. But we do have a lot more guests for that one coming soon. Then in July, we move on to our annual celebration of the television series Outlander with Highlanders 5. Here's a trailer for that one. So that's Starfury Highlanders 5. And for that event, we're going up to Glasgow, the perfect place to celebrate Outlander. And that's taking place from the 1st to the 3rd of July at the Hilton Glasgow. And our first confirmed guest for that is Duncan Lacroix. We should be announcing a raft of guests in February period. We're just waiting. We've got the invites out. We've got just waiting on the confirmations, and we should have them all, have a large number of guest announcements in February for that one. But that's our annual celebration of the television series Outlander. And then our last event that we have confirmed so far and announced for 2022 is going to be our fourth event for fans of Once Upon a Time. And that event's going to be taking place from the 18th to the 20th of November at the Hilton Metropole Hotel, Birmingham. And the first event guest that we have for that event is Beverly Elliott, who'll be joining us at that event. We also have joining us Raphael Sabaj. Also joining us will be Merrin Dungy. Another guest that we have joining us will be Robbie Kay. And also joining us will be Lana Parrilla. So those are the first 5 guests that we have announced for Starfury Enchanted. 4 of them haven't done a Starfury. 4 of them haven't done an Enchanted event before. Beverly has done a Starfury event, but she hasn't done an Enchanted event. So we've got 4 brand new guests who are hugely popular with the fans. So I think they're going to be great. And we've got Lana joining us. She hasn't done a Starfury event since the first one. And as the Evil Queen, she's one of the most popular characters, the most popular character on the show. So I would actually suggest getting your tickets for that one if you're a Once fan very soon, because I'm pretty sure tickets are going to start being snapped up very, very quickly now. So that's how it's looking with our events for 2022. That's how it's looking with the guest lineups now. I won't be able to announce any further guests for a while because all the agents are on holiday now and they're not going to be back till the 4th of January. I'll be looking at doing an update, even if we don't have any news in terms of guests or events. I'll do an update at the beginning of January just to let you know where we stand in terms of our safety protocols during the pandemic for our first few events in the beginning of the year. We'll also be looking at the beginning of January for putting photo ops on sale for the first few events, such as Survival 5, VoughtCon, Crossroads 4, and Ultimates Crisis. Now, we've done refund periods on most of the events that have been postponed if people couldn't make the new dates, but we're looking at February at offering a refund period for people on Ultimates Crisis, Ultimates Agents Assemble, and Highlanders 5 if you can't make the new dates. But especially on Ultimates Crisis and looking how the guests are going, you know, you don't want to miss out on those events. We've also got to round off tonight, seeing as it's Christmas and seeing as there's a new Matrix film that's just hit the cinemas, I thought it'd be nice to have a little competition for you guys, a chance to win a prize. And what we have as the prize we're giving away, I have a Funko Pop of Trinity from the Matrix that was signed by Carrie-Anne Moss when she made her first ever convention appearance at the 3rd Ultimates event back in 2018. And if you'd like to win this Funko Pop signed by Carrie-Anne Moss herself, just go on our Twitter account and we put a tweet about this, and you just have to follow us on Twitter and retweet that, and you'll have an opportunity to win that Funko Pop. And I'll choose a winner on Christmas Day, and they can win a Funko Pop. And make sure you follow us on Twitter, as well as giving you all the latest guest news and updates on what's going on with Starfury events on our Twitter account. We've got further competitions. I've got further prizes from Supernatural, from Once Upon a Time, from Arrow, and a whole range of Doctor Who and Torchwood CDs that we got from Big Finish. So we've got further competitions coming up over the next few months. So be sure to follow us on Twitter. Take part in that competition for an opportunity to win a signed Funko by Carrie-Anne Moss herself. I haven't seen the new Matrix film, but I'm a huge Matrix fan, so I'll definitely be seeing that next week sometime. Also, I just quickly wanted to say that it was devastating news recently on the passing of Martha De Laurentiis. And I just wanted to quickly pay tribute to her. We run Hannibal conventions at Starfury. We're still in the process of rescheduling Red Dragon 6. Martha De Laurentiis was absolutely pivotal in the television series Hannibal. She was the driving force in getting it made. She cast Mads Mikkelsen, she cast Hugh Dancy, and she was a huge supporter of the Fannibals, of the Hannibal fan base, and we will be paying tribute to her and her contribution to the show and the fans when we put Red Dragon 6 on. Aside from that, I just wanted to say a big thank you to Jo, our tech girl behind the scenes, who does a huge amount of work behind the scenes for Starfury events. I want to say a big thank you to her and for the work she's done tonight. Also, a quick thank you to Sass and Pauline for all the hard work they put in behind the scenes as well. But beyond that, I hope to see you at a Starfury event in 2022. Stay safe, stay well. Starfury is about family, it's about community, and with what's been happening with the pandemic, this is when coming back to Starfury I think is going to be very important. But I wish you all a very, very happy Christmas, a happy Hanukkah, a happy seasonal holidays. Be well and take care of yourselves.
Oh!